What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Build Your Own House project. One thing I want you guys to do for me in this video, let me know if the video quality is better in this video than the prior videos. I've ditched the GoPro today and went back to our older Sony camera. I just normally don't have it with me, and this thing's like way heavier to hold up, and we don't have a big fancy lens that can get kind of wide zoom, so it's like full arm extension just to keep me in frame. So I don't know, let me know. But we are back on site with the Build Your Own House project, and we're gonna give you guys some updates. A couple siding updates, update on the inside, and I wanna point out one of the details that we talked about on the last video when they started siding, about where some flashing goes and about where some drip cap goes. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. So you guys will see there's a little black lip up there that's over the trim board. So that black lip is a drip cap, and it goes up the wall behind the siding. That way, and again, with this big of an overhang, we're not worried about water, but you keep that same detail through the whole house. So if water got behind the siding, it wouldn't go behind your window. It'll come behind the siding, hit that drip cap, come over the front, and then there'll be a bead of caulk that goes along the top of the window, and it actually, you caulk this whole thing around, so that gets your water over the front of the window and down. That way, you are not getting water trapped behind there, leading to rot and mold and things like that. So that's an important detail. Don't miss it. Keep an eye out for it. I've definitely seen it missed before. And if you're doing vinyl siding, it's a little bit of a different detail there. The last one that we did vinyl siding on, we still did LP trim boards, so you still had to have that same drip cap. I'm weak these days, guys. My shoulder's already tired from holding this camera out there. Another example of a drip cap, again, in an area that's not gonna matter, but we still do it. Everywhere is there over the door. And what do you guys think about this natural cedar we did for the entryway? What do you guys think? Do you like it? I kind of like it. Our plan was to use an engineered product for it. We had never used it before. We had never priced it before, but it looked really cool. And then we got the price, and it was like 40 bucks a square foot. We can't justify $40 a square foot for an exterior cladding like that. So we went ahead and we ordered in some cedar from our local supplier. And this is my first time using any natural wood on the outside of the house. I was slightly underestimating how much prep work went into it, because we sanded every single board and we pre-stained every single board before we put them in. We have a lot of hours into it, but I think the finished product ends up better if you pre-prep and pre-stain all the boards in the garage and then hang them, then go back and touch up the nail holes and re-stain small spots, instead of trying to sand and stain the boards once they're in place. Let us know. And then I'm gonna step back in here and show you guys one other detail since we're right here. You know, we've told you guys we mark our walls with stone. This guy's getting stone, and you'll see we have another metal piece here. So there's gonna be LP that runs between there, you know, the same LP that's here, and then this is gonna be stone under it. So this is you know, another piece of flashing that starts up the wall. And then, so if any water comes down, it pushes it out over. And this one has got a longer ledge because the stone's gonna stick out a bit. We're doing natural stone there, but it is a saw cut veneer stone, so it's thinner. That's why that is the depth off the wall that you see there. If it was 4-inch, like full bed masonry, that flashing would be significantly deeper. Wow, we're up here. Better view here. Here's that same drip cap detail that goes underneath the siding and then comes over the trim board, right? So we don't just do that over windows, we do it over doors, and we even do it over garage doors. So I don't know, just wanna make sure I call out the little details for you guys. Speaking of cedar, here's more of it. We've got some more inside the house. As we were doing it, we decided to add the cedar in the above the door in the, I'm gonna call it the soffit up there at the entryway. We didn't originally plan that, so we ordered enough material for what was on the prints. So we were short once we added that. So this is round 2 of cedar. And right now we've got nobody working in the house, so we used it as our drying space. So this is the rest of the cedar that will be going on 2 small walls on the second story for an accent. But Today, we need to clear all that out of here because we are starting taping tomorrow. So get our stuff out so it's out of their way and we're not worried about getting drywall mud and stuff on it. And then we are also going to clean out the garage today while we're here. That way they can tape and mud all of our seams out here. So we're a little bit behind on taping due to weather. It was so hot and so humid that the company we use, the jobs they were doing ahead of ours weren't drying fast enough, so it was taking longer for them to get in and out of their jobs. So just a little bit of a delay, not a big deal, plenty of work to do on the outside of the house. And we're figuring they're gonna need the house for about 2 weeks. And then after that, we'll have our painter come in. He'll spray out the whole house for us, right? That's not the finish, like we won't be done painting. That's just the initial paint spray out, kind of get everything sealed, get a base coat in, and then we can come in and start doing our flooring. So while I've got you guys here today, I have 2 questions I want your input on. Number 1, this pantry, right? We've talked about this is gonna be all cabinetry. The doors for this are gonna be cabinetry, so it's gonna be hidden. Typically we do wire shelves on the inside of our pantries for our spec builds. We're using a local supplier for our cabinets on this one, and they had a set of cabinets come in the wrong color for a customer, and they have a combination of them that'll work just about perfect for the pantry. Let us know if you would rather have that or the wire shelf setup. And then the other question we have, stairs. So initially we planned for carpet stairs, right? These are gonna be wide plank, engineered white oak floors. Then we planned for carpet stairs going up. Now we've had mixed reviews on people who don't like hardwood stairs because they can be a little bit slippery and they end up gluing runners down anyway. So we're always torn on what to do for stairs in our houses. So we just plan on this one to do carpet. However, we'll throw a rendering in of an idea we've had. I haven't actually seen it in person in a house, but I've seen pictures of it. And I went ahead and threw, an image of standing here into our good old buddy Chat GPT and had them render an image. You guys let us know what you think of it. Would you do that or would you do the carpet stairs? And then I know I said I only had 2 things for you guys. I have 1 more. For this ledge down here, right, this is a deep windowsill because we have a wall plus the foundation. Would you guys do white, like a white board for trim to match the baseboards there? Or would you do a white oak board there to match the flooring and everything that'll be out here? Curious to know your thoughts on it. Also curious to know what you guys think of our choice to use cedar for some accent walls on the outside of the house. All right, guys, so we're gonna jump back outside now because I suck sometimes on thinking through the videos, and I only showed you the front little section of the house. I didn't show you everything else that they've gotten done so far on siding. So let's go ahead and pop back outside. They got everything done above the garage. These doors are all done. We've got our flashing in for the stone that's gonna be there. They've already got the soffit and fascia in for this whole section. We've got the soffit and fascia in up there. And again, these are both gonna be stone that are running all the way up to that. Tiny bit of siding left to do there. This is stone, that's gonna be stone. All of our soffit and fascia is done for this section of the overhang. This side, they got pretty much as high as they could on the wall without needing their scaffold set up. They used a couple ladders to get to that guy. That way they could finish the soffit and fascia up above the fireplace there. We've got basically same thing, right? They've got high enough, as high as they could get without having to set up all of their jacks. And you'll see in a minute here what I'm talking about with jacks. I know I just called it scaffolding 2 seconds ago and now I'm calling it something else. I love to try and keep you guys on your toes. So as we come around to this side, these are the jacks, right? So you use these scaffold boards that go between the jacks, and these mount up on the top of the house so they can just jack, you can crank these so you have infinite adjustment. So just as you go up the wall, you crank them higher and higher and higher and work your way up. And you guys will see we've got our electrical boxes are in for our air conditioning units, where our line sets are stubbed out, and we are on the schedule to get these set, right? Because we cannot bring our hardwood flooring in. I know we still have some stuff to do before we're ready for hardwood anyway, but we can't bring the hardwood in until our air conditioning is functioning. So I think we're already like 8 days into our waiting period. And I think that we were 10 to 15 days, business days, from them coming out to install when we had initially requested. So when they come back tomorrow, they'll be going vertical up from here. Still a lot of work left on the outside for siding. It's a big house, a lot of siding to go up, but I'm excited to see the front of the house is coming to life. And our stone has been delivered to our distributor, and I think our mason is probably about a week out. So as soon as he confirms a couple days before he's gonna come, we will have all the stone delivered. And even though the siding won't be finished, they will be done in the entire area where the stone is going to go. So he'll be able to come in and knock out all of the stonework. And yes, I know I'm missing a piece of zip here. The drywaller's trailer was here, and I didn't have a good way to get a ladder on this crooked stone. So I'm just gonna back my truck up and run a piece of zip, get that rolled out, because I did all the other zip inside of here before the siding guys came in and started covering stuff. So don't worry, that is all there. So yeah, that's our update for this episode. And as always, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. We hope you guys are getting some good value out of these videos. We're loving the support from you guys. Do us a huge favor. Give us a thumbs up on the video, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.